Hello everyone, my name is Jamie, or as I'm known on Pogo, JamieFinn1415, and welcome to our brand new YouTube channel. What you are going to see on this channel, which you aren't going to see anywhere else, is me attempt GBL only using shadows. A lot of you might know me from the Pokemon Go PvP Fight Club, which is a page on Facebook where I'm an admin and a very active member. I'm going to link that in the description below. In the first few videos I'm going to post, going to be a recap on my season. I was hoping to be the first player to reach Legend only using shadows. Unfortunately, I didn't make it. I only made it to 28-17. But the next few videos, you're going to see some of my favourite teams, some of my best moments, some pretty bad losses, some good wins. Let's talk about this first team. So the first team is Open Great League. I'm using a team of a Shadow Dragonair lead, Shadow Hypno safe swap, which is using dual punches, which are Thunder Punch and Ice Punch. I am using Ice Punch because we're pretty weak to Alteria. And we also have Shadow Gliscor as a closer. Bit of a sleeper pick, and if you don't know, it can one-shot Bastiodon and Stunfisk, two of my least favourite Pokemon. Absolutely hate Wallface. PV Poker gives this team an F for coverage and a D for bulk. But as you can see, can put in some work. And let's get into the battles. Right, so from the first match, we've got Wigglytuff. As you can tell, it's a terrible lead. So what we're going to do is we're going to instantly safe swap into our safe swap Hypno. They're probably going to swap out, so we're going to hold our energy. We're met with a Snorlax. Obviously, Snorlax is a pretty decent counter of Hypno. So we're going to get a couple of these Thunder Punches, just try and chip it down. Probably not going to commit any shields, as we're unlikely to be able to maintain switch advantage, which is fine. Body Slam coming through. We're going to let this go through. Just get to another Thunder Punch, which would be a nice bit of chip damage. And what we're going to do here is we're going to come back in the Dragonair. We're going to try and get to the Aqua Tail so we can at least threaten some damage on the Wigglytuff. We're up in shields, which is great. There's no real point shielding this, as essentially this is dead weight against their Charmer. Get a nice bit of farm, perfect bit of farm. We've got the Aqua Tail loaded, so we're going to instantly hit this and look to swap out into our Gliscor. I don't think they're going to shield this, but we'll see. We get the shields. We're now up 2 shields to no shield, so we're going to bring in our Gliscor. Unfortunately, we're doing resisted damage with our Fury Cutters and our Night Slash, but luckily they are staying in, so we're going to hit this Earthquake, which is going to be more than enough to one-shot this Wigglytuff. Boom, there it is. And in the back they've got Scrafty, so this is pretty much a GG. This is only a pop, but we may as well shield it. We would survive, but no point saving them shields for next season. Keep going the Fury Cutters, and this Earthquake is going to pretty much one-shot this Scrafty. And that's going to be it for game 1. Hopefully in game 2 we'll have a bit of a better lead. So we got Dragonair into Hypno. Hypno's usually run Thunder Punch, Shadow Ball, so that's 2, 3, 4. We're going to try and win the CMP tie, so we're going to throw on his 4th Confusion. Try and time this, don't let any confusions through. Gets the shield. He's at 5, so he could be throwing a Shadow Ball. We will respect it, we'll put up a shield. Unfortunately, it's just a Thunder Punch, so only need 2 more to get to the next. That's 1. Hit this Aqua Tail. And they double shield. Looking to catch. Unfortunately, we do not catch the Thunder Punch, but we're at about Bastiodon. Although Gliscor is a flying type, I'm afraid it is not going to appreciate this Earthquake. One shot. See what they come back in with. They've come back in with Metachan, and again, Metachan is not a great answer for Gliscor. This is a pop, so I'm not going to respect it. They should have at least built up to the Ice Punch, which would have been 2 more counters. But yet again, not going to appreciate this Earthquake. Earthquake coming through. And as you can see, Shadow Gliscor is an absolute monster. Hypno does have some loaded energy. He's at 4 confusions. He's not got enough for the back-to-back, so we may as well shield this up. Go for the Night Slash, and we're going to take this game. GG's to the opponent. Gliscor going on an absolute rampage in that match. In match number 3, we've got a fairly neutral lead. Dragonair into a fighter. They've now switched into Stunfisk, so we're going to get off this Aquatail and I'm going to look to catch the rock slide onto my gliscor. See if we can do that. We're going to swap out. And there it is. 5 mud shots, catch the rock slide, which doesn't do too much to be honest. Obviously Earthquake would one shot, but from this range, I'm just going to go with a night slash fishing for the boost, as we are going to outpace it to the rock slides. They're unlikely to shield, we're also unlikely to shield. As you can see, we'll easily survive this, and then mud shots are resisted due to our flying ground type, and we do single resist. Well, actually double resist, I think. Night slash coming through, should be enough to take out Stunfisk, and there is the boost. Although pretty low health, so it's not really going to do too much. See what they come back in with. Coming in with Bastiodon. It'd be nice to get to this Earthquake, but it's not going to happen. So we'll take a bit of chip damage with another Night Slash. And now we have the alignment that we want. Maintaining switch was huge. We're going to put our Dragonair onto the Bastiodon and Hypno for the Metachan. And this should be a GG. Not too much this Bastiodon can do. We're going to commit our shields here, as Hypno does not need any shields to beat Metachan. The IVs on my Hypno are pretty nice as well, as our rank 7 Shadow Hypno. Whatever it's going to throw, Ice Punch, Pop, Psychic, Dynamic Punch, nothing's going to hurt too much. Goes for the Psychic, as you can see, he doesn't do a lot. His confusions are really chunking down. Let another one come through. We want to leave as little health as possible to be farmed by the Bastiodon, and he actually goes for a pop. Throwing the Thunder Punch. In case you're wondering, I'm running Thunder Punch, Ice Punch. Ice Punch is mainly for the Altaria, which this team does struggle with. He's got a really good matchup against Dragonair, as a Dragon Breath's a lot worse to me than it is to him, as he's got a lot more bulk. And again, Gliscor doesn't really appreciate that match either. Fury Cutter is resisted. So back into this match, you've got Dragonair letting off this Aquatail, which is going to get this Bastion pretty low. At this stage, we can just shield this up and go for the back-to-back Aquatails, which we will outpace him to. But pretty much just Dragon Breath it down from there. Again, a match into Skarmory. Skarmory's not a great lead. These Dragon Breaths are resisted. And as you can see, these air slash are really chunking. Sky attack will be pretty low, so we are going to shield. And they actually swap. So into Wishcash. Wishcash isn't really great for this team. Ice Punch can hit it for neutral, but I'm actually going to go into my Gliscor and essentially sack it. This is going to be a Mud Bomb, which is fine. Blizzard will one-shot, but again, I'm not going to shield. They can one-shot me if they wish, but this Gliscor is pretty much a sacrifice. Get off this Night Slash, put it pretty low. The correct play for them is to go straight Blizzard. If they go for Mud Bomb, expecting a shield, they're going to be upset because I won't. They've got the Blizzard energy. Let's see if they go for the one-shot. Very nice. Night, sleep tight, Gliscor. Thanks for your contribution this game. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try and look for the farm down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just get there as he's about to reach his Mud Bomb, which is great. As you can see, this matchup that was quite poor, now ahead on energy, we can actually flip it. These Aquatails don't do a lot, but they do enough. First one comes through. Again, we're almost at the back-to-back, so we're going to fire this next one. Does get it pretty low. And now he's in an awkward spot, where if he wants to get off his Sky Attack, he's going to have to shield. It's not really worth it on this low health. So I'm expecting to take it out, which we do. And in the back, we got Swampert. A lot of Hypnos are running Fire Punch, Thunder Punch. However, I am wearing Ice Punch, which at least hits for neutral. I'm going to shield this up. The back-to-back should be alright, as we've got enough health to survive the next Hydro Cannon. And we do have a bit of health left on that Dragonair, should we need it. Hydro Cannon coming through, no big deal. He's going to beat us here with a CMP, well played by the opponent. However, the dragonair is going to just dragon breath it down from this range. GG's to the opponent. Into the next match, Jellicent. Jellicent's a pretty good lead for us. Most are running Bubble Beam, Shadow Ball. However, if we charge up to 5, I'm going to have to respect the Ice Beam. Let's hope we don't get Bubble Beam baited. He does go Ice Beam, which is great for me, as I'm not going to bait, as if they do call my bait, it's pretty terrible, as Aqua Tower does nothing. He does shield, which is nice. So I'm now in an okay spot where I can just shield and farm down. We've got loads of health left on the Dragonair, and we have a lot of energy to threaten whatever comes in. Looks like this Jellicent's probably running Shadow Ball Ice Beam. In comes the Ninetales, which isn't great. As previously, Gliscor doesn't do great against this. We're just going to stay in, get off the Aqua Tail, which does actually get a shield. Unfortunately, don't make the second one. Bring in Hypno, which is in a pretty good spot. The Charm variant isn't the best at charge energy, so Hypno's in an okay spot. Would be better if we had Fire Punch, which we don't. Looking for the swap, and they do swap. Even though I've over-farmed, they still manage to catch, which is okay, as Gliscor is an absolute wall to Unova Stunfisk, as Discharge and Mud Bomb are both resisted. So what we're going to do here is we're going to over-farm, we're going to constantly over-farm, as we know they're going to look to bring in that Ninetales at some stage, and what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to hit it with an EQ to take it out. So as you can see, Discharge again does nothing. Over-farm, over-farm. We will throw a Night Slash to get some chip damage. We're expecting that Ninetales to come in at any second. We'll take another one. As you can see, we've got the Earthquake loaded. We've managed our energy well. Expecting that Ninetales to come in at some stage, and there it is. And you can have an Earthquake, and that essentially is a GG. This Earthquake is going to be more than enough to one-shot the Ninetales. Back in comes the Unova Stunfisk. Night Slash should get it pretty low. If not, that Hypno's almost out of move, but that actually takes it out. And as you can see, that is a nice 5-0 on our Shadow Journey. So those are the battles. That was a nice 5-0 taken from Open Great League. That was around the 2400 elo rating. It was from the early part of the season. But as you can see, it was good fun. I'd really appreciate you giving me a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next